I.S.U.P.K.
Shalom, Israel. This is Priest and Officer Kuraya Allah, representing I.S.U.P.K, under Commanding General YAHANNA, 1 West 125th Street. Started back since 1969 to now. And the topic I'm going to get into today is how we raise our children in a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian household. Today, our children are exposed to a lot of, should I say, demonized through media, through school, through every possible facet that can entertain them. Social media, news, magazines, everything you can think of that this world consists of goes against the Most High, and especially raising our children. Everything that this world consists of exposes our children to negativity. Like a lot of our girls look up to Cardi B. Your Cardi B's, your Nicki Minaj, your Megan Thee Stallion, City Girls, females that represents whoredom. That's not what the Lord tells us, have told us to do in these scriptures. What I'm going to do, I'm going to break down a series. This series is Train Up Your Child. And I'm going to show you, according to the Lord, according to these scriptures, how to train up your child. Because our children are being misled. Our boys are being effeminate, are being taught to be effeminate. And that's okay. And that's not what the Lord consists of. Our schools is pushing the LGBTQ agenda on our male children, on our female children. Teaching them that it's all right to change your sex and that you could be what you want to be. It's okay if you do that. But when you look, at the statistics of homosexuals or lesbians that engage in that, about 90% of them have been molested at a young age. And they can't even go back to when they was molested. So in their mind, they think that what they feeling is natural, when in actuality they've been violated, amongst our men. Our men are not taught to be men. You see in social media, you have our young men beating on the elderly, beating females up. That's not what we're supposed to do as men. We're supposed to be protecting our families, our women. We're supposed to be men out there. This world today, as we live in, our oppressors don't teach our young men to be men. Our oppressors teach our men to be effeminate. Our oppressors teach our men that we don't have to take care of our families. It puts us in a position, because when you have our women pushing the fathers and the men out the household, a lot of times the men are forced to say, I can't deal with that, because they get tired of being locked up, being put through the court systems, whether it's criminal court, family court, child support, you know. We as a people must train our kids to do the right things, to be raised up right, to respect one another, to be brotherly, to respect our women, to respect our elders, to honor our parents. I'm going to go into the scripture, Proverbs 22:6. But before getting to that scripture, the problem that we have today is that, and is what I just named before I gave the scripture, is going to be a series of scriptures. It's going to be a little mini series that I'm going to put out pertaining to training your child, pertaining to honoring your parents, and pertaining to the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian household, and how to conduct ourselves as men, as women, as children. And this is part 1 of the series, Train Up Your Child. You got the scripture, brother?
Con. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Train up a child in the way he should go. And that scripture is pretty much self-explanatory. Because when you train up a child in the way he should go, that means you want to raise your son, or you want to raise your child, son or daughter, because it's not just he is universal, she is universal. You want to train up your child so when they're raised up and they be men, they can pass down what was taught to them as men, as women. So then when they have kids, your grandkids will be passed on what you taught their parent, and so forth. And that way they'll be keeping the Lord, and the Lord would delight in that. You train them up right where there'll be no wickedness can come their way. Because like the scripture said, train up your child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. He will not separate, because he'll know not to be a homosexual. He and she would know not to be a homosexual. He or she would know not to be a drug dealer. He or she would know not to be a prostitute, or to sit there pimping out women, or sitting there eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. He would know these laws. You train your child up right, he will have morals. He will have integrity. He will have self-respect. He will have honor. He will have all the key components to make him a solid, young, Black man and woman as well. Because when you train up your child will carry the ways of the laws and the morals that you as a parent have brought up. That's my time, Israel. Shalom.
Trying to find something to follow. Had loyalty, every man tried to borrow. Felt pain and a lot of sorrow. Got betrayed, so packed, I didn't even have my heart broke. Living confused, about to lose hope. Cops got me on the side of the road like a sideshow. Need an antidote before I croak. Now I'm setting fire to rhythm man blues, call this guitar smoke. Rebel with no cause, trying to find direction. The world got me vexed. Picked up a bad liquor habit that's hereditary from oppression. Felt like my life was on fire, trying to find an exit. Now look, 10 G's plus a good record. Sometimes a follower is a soldier, trying to find a good shepherd. Plus when you in hell, how do you excel? Wisdom the breath of life, I don't believe in fairy tale. Listen well to what I tell. No calling can cause pain, something that a rebel knows very well. Can't you tell I was sent from the Lord?